June 16th. This is the time, people, we need to be extremely sharp, okay? I mean, you look at everything that's been going on between that band ABBA, and everybody knows ABBA in the Bible is our Father in Heaven. And their 50th anniversary, and then the 50-year Super Bowl this year, which is the 50-yard line. You got 49 yards on each side of that. And then somebody else told me, they said, hey, don't forget, this is June, the middle of the month, or the middle of the year, the 6th month out of 12. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things going on, which also was 6/16, 6/16/16. Yeah, just a lot of things. That Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Not to mention, a lot of people ain't even paying attention to these clouds. I mean, you look around. Look around you. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. You gotta remember, most people are under strong delusions. That doesn't mean we are. A lot of people ain't gonna see what's coming because they're too much into the world. I'm gonna tell you something. This job that I got here, to me, it's just a filler for me until the Lord comes. I, for one, I'm not looking to get on my feet and start over. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I walked away from my business, all kinds of stuff, because I knew this was the end. You know, not to mention, a lot of you guys out there aren't even aware of everything that I've seen. Just like that angel blowing that trumpet over my head. I've had those demons expose themselves to me. Literally. I mean, they made sure that I knew that they were there. And even like my football coach, Mr. Myers, I hadn't seen him since I was a kid. You know, all of a sudden he's sitting next to me at a baseball game, $70 seats. And then he's like, oh, this is weird, the whole row in front of us being empty, huh? It's not weird if you guys didn't sell any of the tickets, but yeah, it was definitely, he let me know that these guys got money and power and all that stuff. And a lot of their so-called friends, you got to remember, man, there's a lot of people following the devil, okay? But he's telling me where he normally sits at, and then the seats, an empty section up in the top corner, he was going to start selling tickets cheaper for people that can't afford it. The whole time I'm thinking this is Satan's little tricks, bag of tricks here. Then he goes, I'd give somebody like you $60,000 a year to work here. And this is after I had people telling me if I spoke less about Jesus Christ, they could turn my business around. And I told them they could shove it. It was my business. Yeah, I wanted to keep my business, but man, when it came to Jesus Christ, I'm going to tell you something. I never even went to church, but I started getting upset when I seen him take Jesus Christ out of the schools, out of the government, and then they said he doesn't belong on the job. And then a few years later, I'm having them tell me if I speak less about Jesus Christ, they'd build my business up. But let me tell you something. I didn't get all this attention until 2014 when I got that photo sent to me of that angel above my head. I took it in 77, and I didn't see it until 2014. 7 plus 7 is 14. Then look at the sevens. Now everybody knows Joseph in Egypt. He interpreted the Pharaoh's dreams, 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. All this stuff's getting ready to happen here, man. There's going to be famine coming on here. There's going to be everything written in the Bible is going to come true. sadly, even the guy that I'm with right now, to me this is just a job. I haven't even made any money really yet here. But I'm hoping I do enough to at least feed myself, without asking him to buy me something to eat. But it doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere yet. But I basically just want to make enough till I'm out of here, till I leave. I'm not worried about getting into another house, owning the house, none of that stuff. This doesn't mean nothing to me anymore. I mean, I walked away from my business. It took me a year just to get my license in Florida. A year just to get them. Studying and everything. And business law. I had to pass business law. Plus the painting and decorating. And the painting and decorating was far harder to pass that. It took me a year to get my license. But when they told me to speak less, all they did was get me mad. They got me so mad I didn't even care about that job I was on or those people. I looked and they go, "Oh, well, we're probably going to go to hell, aren't we?" I said, "Yeah, you are. You probably will." Because anybody that would sit there and tell you not to talk about Jesus Christ. And let me tell you something. I noticed right away when they took Jesus out of the schools, that's when violence picked up in all the schools. And that's how we let evil go in there with our children, man. Most of us, we should be ashamed. The churches should have stood up, spoke up, and did something right away. But I'm going to tell you something. The Bible was written for this, and it even said in there that people in these days would seek to have their ears tickled. And I'm going to tell you, since I got on here, I haven't been trying to tickle anybody's ear. I've been talking just straight up, man. I've even seen these demons. When I refused all their offers, I had another guy offer me $400 a day, cash, to remodel homes for him and stuff like that. And now get this. He goes, "Man, I came all the way down here to tell you to get your ass to work over here. You're going to go to work for me. I'll give you $400 a day cash." He goes, "Man, you got to save yourself. You can't count on Jesus Christ to come here and save you." I looked at him. I said, "Look here." I said, "I'm not going to be working for you." And I didn't even go to church now. But I had enough sense. I could clearly see what was going on. And I looked at him. I said, "Can you tell me that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior?" He goes, "I don't know what to believe anymore." He goes, "I just want to hire you because you sounded like you do the best work and you notice things that other people don't notice." Well, I noticed a lot more than that, and I knew he was part of this evil regime that's going on. It's everywhere, people. When you look up into space and you go, "I wonder if there's life out there." Well, let me tell you something. When Jesus Christ was here, he told you, he goes, "I'm not from this world." Okay? He told you the truth. And then he even said that, "I'm here to tell you the truth." I'm not from this world. He's telling you, I'm from out there, where you always wonder if there's life out there. Well, he came here and told you that he was. And then he also lets you know the devil and his demons were kicked out down here on the earth. And they're the only ones that are sneaking around and hiding. But like I've been telling you, man, it's getting hot and heavy right now. The aggravation as far as the anger and, constantly being accused and having somebody telling me it's my fault, this, that, and it's tested your patience. Remember what else it says in the Bible about patience. We have to have patience. And I've been biding my tongue, And lately I've just been telling them, "Yeah, it's my fault, man. It's just my fault. That's that simple. Just blame it on me. I don't care." And because I really don't care. The Lord knows. He knows what's in our mind and our heart. You ain't going to hide nothing from him. But look at these clouds, man. I'm telling you. You look at them. Can't you tell, man? We've never had clouds that look like that, man. You notice how they're all flat on the bottom like? We ain't got long in this world. I'm telling you. And it's about over. I know it. I have no reservations about this. But this is the time we need to be ready. And, I told you that time I was in that restaurant, I seen that girl, her boyfriend come out of the bathroom, and he looked straight at me, come walking me, and his face just twitched really fast, and he got those snake eyes like, and then they spit their tongue out really fast. And another sign is you'll see when the people put up their 3 fingers and they circle these other 2 fingers. You know what I'm talking about? They circle them like the 666. That Bible says you'll know them by that sign. And man, everybody I've been working for, including this guy here, I see him doing it. I'm going to say 20 times a day he does it. It seems like he's doing it more than ever. Shows that 666. His ex-wife did it too at the house. I mean, these are just things, they can't help it, I guess, and they're doing it all the time. When I went into a store this morning, man, this guy was pointing with his two end fingers here, the devil sign, but he was pointing. You know how we always pointed with just one finger like that? Well, he's kicking up this finger, and they're pointing, but he's using that one too. And saying, oh yeah, you got to go down this way, but he's pointing with that. See, they can't help it. It's that spirit that's in them. Remember what I said? If the Holy Spirit's not in you, something else is. And all these sinkholes we've been having, man, we've opened up, I ain't going to say we did, but CERN, I believe they've opened up that doorway to the dark side. Everything I've told you about that spirit I've seen in the water, a lot of this stuff was revealed to me. And that's why I got that angel blowing the trumpet above my head. And I told you I've never once been here to tickle your ears. And I'm not going to tickle your ears. I never will. I'm just going to tell you the truth. There's just so much stuff. Everything that I've been seeing, witnessing, like seeing that snake eyes is spitting the tongue out. Once in Walmart, I seen somebody stick their head around the corner with their eyes like that really big, spitting their tongue out. You know, looking directly at me. Another time in a store, a lady clerk in a motel lifts her bra up and shows me, exposes herself to me. Not once, but twice. As I was walking away, she goes, sir, she goes, do they have a fax machine where you can fax this? When I turned, she did it to me again. And that's that demonic demon. It's like as if they're mocking me. Why are they mocking me? I don't know. I guess because of that angel above my head, you know. And I don't know if the Lord's got bigger plans for me or what. But something's definitely going to be happening here. With that, man, listen. We need to be ready. We need to be ready. I'm telling you, it's getting ready to happen. Remember, that's the reason why there's 5 wise and 5 foolish, okay? I went to the churches for several years trying to warn them and wake them up. I had photocopies of that picture with the angel above my head. Nobody even wanted it. I had my phone number, my address when I was living in my shop. I lived in my shop for 2 years. I had to bathe out of a sink. It hasn't been pleasant. But at the same time, my faith in Jesus, it grew with the affliction. With the affliction, man, my faith grew even more and more in the Lord. And I'm not afraid of these people or nothing like that because, my love for Jesus is far more. I'm not afraid of death. You know what I mean? Death would almost, to me, it'd be a blessing because I'm tired of this life. But at the same time, I'm not backing down either. And I'll just keep whatever I got to do. The Lord knows what's in my heart, and He knows what's in our mind. Another thing I wanted to say, like when Joseph in Egypt interpreted the Pharaoh's dreams, 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. Now remember, there was no talking in the Pharaoh's dream, none. He had to interpret the dream, the meaning behind it. Okay, I've shared my dreams with you as well that I had about 4 months ago. And I had them on and off for a few months. I didn't have them 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, just a few months ago. My hand turning transparent, that meant it's at hand. Okay? I had another dream where I seen a vine coming up out of a lake. The lake was empty, no water in it. That equals no more time. Because how are you going to feed the plants that's on the vine? They were all ripe, ready to be picked. I'm talking like red and purplish looking. They were ready. And big, thick vine, man. And water was dripping off of it. I was walking underneath of it. It was huge. And I just noticed there's no water in the lake. It was a little muddy. That's it. But, my interpretation of that was time's up. It's at hand. Okay? Now I'm hearing all these people saying, oh, the Lord came and He told me to say that you guys need little heart dwellers. You need to get ready and do this and that. Look at, he's got the Holy Bible written for us. Everything's in there. Everything's written. He didn't forget to say anything. If there's something he needed to say, I guarantee it's written down in that Bible. And he said, I will interpret, he goes, I will pour out dreams and visions on the young people, the children and adults. And you listen to these children, they're just seeing things and stuff. They're not telling you drawn out stories. And remember, he said many people will be deceived by these people. The reason why I'm telling you this